When starting music practice, whether on an instrument or with the voice, one of the first most common exercises is playing or singing scales. But what are scales really? A scale is a defined collection of notes that fills in the space between any given note and the next note with the same letter or name. We call this space the octave. The most common scales are called diatonic. Diatonic scales have one note on each letter. Scales can start on any letter, but by definition will follow a pattern of whole steps and half steps that span the octave in 7 total steps, using 5 whole and 2 half steps. The two most common scales, major and minor, are everywhere in historical Western music and in the pop music of today. If you don't know already, this is what a major scale sounds like, and this is what a minor scale sounds like. The major scale is built with this order of steps: whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. When written out on the staff, you can see that each line and space between this low C and this higher C has a note. The minor scale is constructed with whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. If we start on A, this scale also fills the lines and spaces with no sharps or flats. But if we instead look at the C minor scale, it's easier to see the difference between major and minor scales. In music theory, it is very common to describe the scales with how the specific scale degrees, or numeric labels based on the order of notes, differ when compared to the major scale. As we can see here, the minor scale is the major scale with a flattened 3rd, 6th, and 7th scale degrees. While you likely won't hear a full scale in order within a song, scales are used to determine which notes will be played and sung in melodies and chords. If a song is in the key of C major, for instance, then the majority of notes present will be from the C major scale. Melodies are usually written with a combination of steps and jumps between scale degrees to generate interest. For example, take the melody of Mary Had a Little Lamb. It has steps here and leaps here. Chords are built by stacking 3 or more notes that are 2 steps apart from each other. If we do this with every note of a diatonic scale, we get what are called the diatonic chords of that scale's key. So that's what scales are and how they're used. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks for watching.